afraid to go deep into your emotions and process them, you will keep feeling stuck. Even if you're living the life of your dreams, but feeling unfulfilled, there's something in that you need to process and understand about yourself, about your past, about where you're supposed to go. Maybe you've chosen a direction in life that it wasn't for you, it was for somebody else. You thought you wanted this, whatever it is. You thought that it would be the answer to all of your problems. You were brought up, taught that you should want this type of a life. And now you have it. But now that you have it, you don't know if you want it. And you're facing this existential crisis, whether you know it or not, that's like, and I love how in Matthew McConaughey's book, Green Lights, he talks about an existential crisis being an existential challenge of really getting in touch with yourself, getting true to yourself, listening to your higher self, listening to your subconscious and saying, okay, who am I? What am I meant to do? How do I turn resistance into flow? How do I, and Matthew McConaughey, in this book, he talks about, it's called Green Lights, and because he looks at his life, he looks back at his life and looks at where he turned red lights, where he had resistance in his life, feelings of unease, of discomfort, challenges, instead of looking at adversity as a wall that's going to stop him from doing the things that he wanted to do. He took regular kind of sabbaticals from his career, from his life, to process how he was feeling. What was it that he wanted, to get really in touch with his roots, with the foundation of his beliefs and values, to look at, what do I want to do creatively, professionally, in my life? What's my purpose here? How can I make the best of what's happening? Let's turn red lights and resistance into green lights, meaning flow and synchronicity. And how can I feel in tune with my life and with myself? And I want to stress that a lot of the times as moms, as career moms, we think, I have to do, like you do, you have to do what's right for your family, but it trips you up. You get so caught up doing what's right instead of doing what's true for you. Processing discomfort and feelings of unworthiness, or feelings of being unappreciated, feelings of resistance, in that feeling of, okay, I should be grateful, but I don't feel right about what this is in my life. How can I have more meaning and value and purpose? How can I leave a legacy behind, whatever that is for you? And they don't have to be so profound. You don't have to become somebody big and famous to have an impact on the world. And we all, in this life, we want to have value. We want to know that there's meaning. And this isn't about believing in God or believing in the universe or being spiritual. And sometimes it really bothers me to listen to people describe themselves as, oh, I'm so spiritual, because it's like, sometimes we get so caught up in trying to be spiritual, trying to be a good meditator, trying to be mindful and thoughtful human beings. We get so caught up in trying to be so good at that we fail to live spiritually. And to live spiritually just means to live. It means to live and enjoy life and to be in flow with yourself, with your soul, fulfilling your soul's purpose. And that means trusting your gut, trusting your instincts, wherever they're leading you. The second we start to second guess ourselves, rationalize our emotions and our decisions, and choose something because we think that that's what we should want to do, instead of knowing that it's what we want to do or what we should be doing. There's a difference between knowing and then deciding to do something because we feel like we should. They're different feelings, and we need to get in touch with our instincts, with our higher self, with our spirit, with our soul, with our truth, with our values, with our beliefs, however you want to look at it. Until we have the strength and courage to look at ourselves honestly, we're never going to get to feeling good in our own skin, to feeling like we matter on a grander scale. And that's what we are all kind of working towards, is feeling like we matter, feeling like we've contributed. And this message isn't for people who don't feel this way. I mean, this is a message for you if you feel stuck, if you feel unfulfilled, if you feel directionless, passionless. I mean, maybe you have and I went through this, like I had passion and drive. I knew I wanted a change. I knew I wanted to feel something, do something, contribute somehow, but I didn't trust how. I looked at my past and thought, oh, I should have done this or I should have done that. And I was so angry at this past version of me who made choices based on the information she had at the time, as to survive. But I never trusted my gut. I didn't trust my intuition, and I regularly rationalized choices. I regularly took the road that I thought would lead me somewhere, but never paid attention to that voice that said, no, this isn't right. No, don't do it. I regularly ignored my intuition. And lucky for us, the universe gives us so many opportunities. We have so many opportunities to change direction. And so there's another quote from Matthew McConaughey that I might load you up with Matthew McConaughey quotes, because right now, I'm sorry, this book is like life-changing. Okay, so there's two different quotes here I have to mention. The first one, I'm good at what I love. I don't love all that I am good at. Just because you're good at something doesn't mean that that's what you're supposed to be doing. It doesn't mean that that's going to fulfill you. Another quote from Mr. Matthew McConaughey. You are the author in the book of your life. Turn the page. At any moment in your life where you're like, I don't like where this is going, you have the power to turn the page and to rewrite your story or add a new chapter. This is your life. What do you want? It's not your partner's life. It's not your parents' life. It's not your kids' lives. And yes, there's parts of you that are giving yourself to your kids and to your partner, your family, your friends, colleagues, hobbies. There are so many different parts of you that need to be integrated. And they need to be integrated into a sense of, this is my life, this is what I'm achieving, this is what I'm doing, and achieving in a sense of fulfilling your purpose. What I teach my clients is how to listen to the call of your soul, how to take what's in your heart and make it a reality in your life. You deserve it's not about abundance and having all this money and power and, influence. It's about feeling free inside of your mind, body, and spirit. And that freedom looks different for everybody. What does your freedom look like? Answer that in your journal.